Welcome to CrocodileMtg, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the CrocodileMtg channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with CrocodileMtg, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we're playing Blue-White Stoneblade in Legacy. This is under the London Mulligan rule. Our opponent is going to start off with a Flooded Strand, cracking it for a basic island and pondering their turn. We have the Spell Pierce, Force of Will, True Name Nemesis, and Swords the Plowshare to start. So I felt like this was a decent opening hand. So we are going to start. The only thing we're really missing is a cantrip. Alright, there's a Batterskull. That doesn't feel great. Not a good draw. Alright, we're going to start with this Flooded Strand, I guess. See which one of these cards we actually have to utilize. Alright, there is a Misty. Grabbing Volcanic Island. Playing Burning Wish. Reveal that card. Alright, this is probably Burning Wish Storm. So, I let this resolve, and I'm hoping I don't regret it. Show and Tell. Okay. So now we know what our opponent's on. Alright, we'll pass the turn now. Alright, so now if they're all in on Show and Tell this turn, we can Spell Pierce and Force and Spell Snare if we need to. We also have Swords, so... But if they put in Emrakul, we really don't want that. I was going to say, I don't think our opponent's going to go all in on this. Now I guess the question is, alright, Counterspell confirms it. Never mind. I'm not going to play True Name out this turn. Cunning Wish. Choose an instant or sorcery you own outside of the game, reveal that, and put it into your hand. So we know Show and Tell's in their hand. I'm gonna Spell Pierce this. Alright, now our opponent's open for interpretation of our board, depending on what they want to do. I'm going to be patient here, though, and let them be the proactive ones, and then we'll be the reactive, and then we'll follow it up with this True Name Nemesis. Alright, so now they're going to Show and Tell, which is probably a good read on our opponent. We're going to force this pitching, I guess, Counterspell. Alright, they're going to force back. We're going to each put an artifact, equipment, or land onto the battlefield. I'm really hoping they have a Grizzlebrand and not a Emrakul. Excuse me. Alright, so they do have the Emrakul here, so that's not good for us. I should have gotten rid of that Cunning Wish first turn. Alright, now's the turn to find an answer. None of these are an answer. Nope. Alright, good game, opponent. So, probably not countering Cunning Wish there was bad. So we definitely want Containment Priest here. Sorry about sneezing there. Alright, so let's see. Alright, we probably want these Flusterstorms on top of the Containment Priest, and maybe these Disenchants. Could also see bringing in a Celestial Purge too. That exiles some of their threats. I also don't think I mind this Vendilion Click. I think what we are going to do though is get rid of this True Name. Probably the Spell Snares. Those felt really bad. I mean, they're Cunning Wish, which is okay, but I don't know if we want the Jaces for this matchup too. We probably... How good would Palace Jailer be to just throw in there? I guess we might want the Jaces. Umezawa's feels kind of slow, clunky. Maybe we just trim on our Stone Forge. I guess what's our win conditions? I guess I don't want to get rid of everything, and then I guess I can cut out a sword. We probably want to keep the Jite. No, we want to keep the Batterskull. I guess the Jite is fine to get rid of. Supreme Verdict, I guess, isn't bad. I think I want to trim one of these Jaces. I want to trim a Stone Forge. Alright, we're going to run this 60. I would like to play first. We don't have a cantrip, but we have this Containment Priest. I guess we'll keep this hand. Like, we have Pierce, Flooded Strand, Force of Will, Vendilion Click. If we find a second land, we're pretty solid. So we'll pass the turn to our opponent, see what they play out. Alright, they're going to preordain here. I'd really like to find that other land, or at least a cantrip to hopefully find another land. Alright, we found another land, so that's good. A little awkward because we're going to have to grab Tundra here. I guess we could have played Containment Priest at instant speed. Alright, Ancient Tomb for our opponent. Alright, I think I just waste away their Ancient Tomb. Do I Spell Pierce this? I guess do I wait? guess I spell pierce this. That might be wrong. We don't know what's in their hand currently, but... Alright, Volcanic from our opponent. Alright, here's another Force of Will, which is pretty good. So we're just going to move the combat, swing in. Once our opponent passes priority. I feel like this is going to be a slow, grindy, just containment priest you every turn. Yeah, we definitely did risk it all, keeping this one lander. It definitely could have been a mistake. Alright, end of turn here, we're in a brainstorm. Hopefully finding a second land. Alright, they might go for something here like a Cunning Wish. I mean, I'm assuming they do. Counter target spell if it's blue. Okay. I guess that's fine. Here's another Brainstorm. Alright, so we're just going to swing in for 2. Now we have Spell Pierce, 2 counter spells. Maybe we're just gonna, maybe we're just supposed to leave this up the rest of the game. Alright, there's a third Force of Will. This is what we should have done during Rakdos Reanimator Game 1. Alright, there's a Cunning Wish. I think I'm just going to Spell Pierce this. They only have 5 cards in hand now. Alright, I don't mind pondering now. We have 3 Force of Wills. We don't have any Spell Pierces in hand. Alright, they're going to Fluster Storm here. Again, I think this is fine. If they're countering our cantrip so we don't find another land, I'm not really too worried about that. Because in the counter wars later, I don't think it's going to matter as much. Alright, so I'm going to swing in here for 2. I really don't care because of the way our mana is. I don't care about a second land. And we have 3 forces up, so... Alright, there's a Brainstorm from our opponent. I think that's fine. Again, I think our game plan is not counter proactive things like Show and Tell. I think it's counter anything that tries and kills this Containment Priest. Choose a sorcery card you own outside the game. Alright, so I'm going to force this pitching Vendilion Click. Alright, they're going to force back. I think we force back pitching, I guess, Jace. Alright, now we have Bontu. We drew a Swords, which isn't bad. We currently have him on a 4-turn clock. Alright, we'll see what our opponent can produce here. If they use Bontu, okay, they're going to concede. If they use Bontu, I was going to say they're paying 2 life for it. Alright, so now we're on the draw. Hopefully we can reproduce something like we did last game. I'm debating trimming a disenchant for a spell snare because they seem like they're more on the Cunning Wish, Burning Wish plan. And spell snare does counter Burning Wish pretty well. The other thing I'm wondering is if this Jace is necessary or if we just want another counter spell. I guess Jace is relevant if we get later in the game. Like most games, we're not going to be one land, a bunch of forces. So I did trim a disenchant and bring in a spell snare. I think we're going to keep this hand. We're missing a white source, but if we find one, then this hand is really good. If we don't, then it's okay still. So our opponent's going to ponder and set up here. So we have Spell Pierce turn 1 and then turn 2. If we find a white source, we can play this Stoneforge. If we don't, then we just keep counter magic up. Alright, they found the Buseju. So it's pay 2 life, make a colorless. If you use the colorless to cast an instant or sorcery spell, it can't be countered. So that's actually extremely good. And extremely bad for us, which makes me really want this white source. That way we can put pressure on our opponent. They just have it all. Alright, our opponent might... Alright, they have Omniscience. I got a Batter Skull here. Preordain's fine. If they show us something like a Show and Tell or anything else, we can just... I guess they don't even really need a show or a... Yeah, we don't want them to find a threat here. So we're going to counter as much as we can while we can. And like I said, we kind of cut one of the disenchants, and we also don't have a white source right now. So those are all not good feels. Alright, there's a white source, so that's at least there. Alright, there's a Cunning Wish that our opponent's not paying mana for these spells. So I'm gonna I think I pitched Jace here. Alright, we're gonna grab a basic Plains, put in this Batterskull. Now we have Snapcaster, Flusterstorm. Alright, if we win this game, I'm putting this up as like one of my best matches. Like, I don't know how we're winning through an Omniscience right now. Ah, shoot. They can pay for... Wait, can this only... If this mana was spent to cast instant or sorceries? Shoot. Alright, that's gonna resolve. They can only grab a sorcery. Enter the Infinite. Okay, so we can actually Snapcaster and Flusterstorm this. Oh, this feels so good. Snapcaster, Flusterstorm. Quit moving, Graveyard. Flusterstorm, enter the Infinite. Oh, same target. Oh, that feels so good. Brainstorm. Are we gonna win this match? Attack all. One turn to win. Again, it's because they're using the Omniscience. Oh my god, we just won! Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.